Hi, today we are out visiting Lake Ashby Park in New Smyrna. This rural 71-acre waterfront park has a variety of outdoor recreational activities. Some of them include kayaking, canoeing, hiking, a beautiful boardwalk that goes across the lake, primitive camping, horseback riding trails, volleyball courts, a huge outdoor children's play area, and even picnic pavilions. This park was named after James A. Ashby, a major who fought for the American military in the Second Seminole War. Today we are going to explore some of the amenities at this park, and we're also going to tell you some history of the area. Trey will be with us to share some of the ecological features that you can find in this park as well. So if you're ready, let's get started.
So when you're out here enjoying all of these different activities, as Tracy mentioned, you might find yourself kind of dip netting in the water, checking out these near shore areas where you might find tiny little fish and shrimp and just all this different diversity. And one creature you might want to look out for when you're out here is an alligator. And while they can be dangerous at times, it's important to remember how important they are for the local ecosystem. These alligators in the cold season will go up and they'll dig out a burrow to kind of stay in to keep warm. So when they build that burrow, it's important for all sorts of other creatures. They'll come in, they'll dig that burrow in that cold season, and as the water warms up, they'll move into the water, and then other creatures will move into that burrow. So while we want to be cautious of these alligators, we also want to make sure that they're protected because a lot of other creatures rely on them to survive.
In 1912, a town site called Alamana was platted on the north shore of Lake Ashby. Alamana was one of several settlements that popped up in the early 1900s. Today, remnants remain of a post office, a tavern, a sawmill, a turpentine still, and a few houses.
So now we're going to talk about sapsuckers, in particular the yellow-bellied sapsucker. And these birds are really cool. They'll come up to a tree, they'll drill holes into it, they'll let the sap fill the holes, and then they'll come back and let insects get stuck in that sap, and then they'll eat the insects out of those holes that they dug. So as you can see here, this is the woodpecker, the yellow-bellied sapsucker, and then these are all the little holes that they drill. So they'll let those fill up, insects will get stuck in those, and they'll come back and they'll eat the insects out of the holes.
Most of the prehistoric sites in Volusia County can be found in two places: the St. Johns River Basin in the west or the coastal region in the east. These places were dotted with middens, which are remnants of ancient meals left from hundreds and in some places thousands of years ago. So if you get an opportunity to come out and visit, you can see some natural beauty and also take a step back in history.
In Florida, we have 5 different types of pine trees here in Volusia County. We have the pond, slash, longleaf, sand, and loblolly pine trees. So this is the male pine cone right here, and this is the female pine cone. When that wind blows that pollen, and it goes right into the female pine cone, and the seed will germinate, and then that pine cone will open up and those seeds will disperse around.
Turpentine camps dotted the woods of Volusia County. These camps supplied one of Florida's first major industries, naval stores. Turpentine could be found in many products including paints, cleaners, and a variety of medicines. Workers would cut V-shaped notches into the sides of pine trees and collect the sap as it flowed down the trunk. Those V-shaped notches were called cat faces because they resembled the whiskers of a cat. Once they collected the sap, they would distill it into rosin and turpentine.
Here we have our dusky pygmy rattler. And this is actually a full-grown adult. They only get maybe 13 at 14 inches at most. And it is one of our venomous snakes here in Florida. And they are very good at camouflaging, and it's one of the more common ones that people do get bit by because they don't move very much. You know, a lot of your black racers and the other ones, you come up, you spook them, and they'll scurry away. These will stay put, but if you happen to step on it, boom, they will strike. And like I said, they are one of our venomous snakes.
All right, everyone, so today we were out here exploring Lake Ashby. We hiked some beautiful boardwalks, talked about some history, and learned about some ecological features here in the park. We hope you learned a little something too, and that our video inspires you to get out here and explore yourself. I'm Lisa.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Trey. Thanks for watching Volusia Magazine.